Okay, this lesson is over multi-step transformations. Okay, we have done translations, rotations, reflections, and dilations, but we're going to work on problems where you do more than one of those transformations at a time. Okay, so we're just going to do more than one transformation from one shape and get to a final image. Okay, let me show you this first problem. This is going to be an in-class lesson, but let's do the first problem together. Okay, part of it is just kind of getting used to how the slides work, okay, in this type of problem. So what we want to do on problem number 1, okay, we're going to start with this pre-image. Okay, we're going to translate it 5 to the right and put the image here in the second on the second graph. Then we're going to rotate that 90 degrees counterclockwise, and then we're going to show where we end up. And then the third thing we're going to do is we're going to reflect that across the x-axis and put it over here. Okay, easier on paper, but I think we'll be okay with this activity. Let's just go through this. Okay, we're starting with this triangle. Okay, we want to first translate it 5 to the right. So I want to move this. The way I'm going to do it, I'm going to slide 5 to the right. I'm just going to look at this point here on the corner. I'm going to slide it 5 to the right. 4, 5. Okay, so this corner point here ends up right there. And the whole thing slides over along with that point. So I know the shape's going to look just like the original. Let me just show you like this. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, almost, 5. So it's going to end up right there. Okay, but I want to show that on the second graph. Put it exactly where it belongs, right there. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to take that shape, that image, and I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees counterclockwise. Now I'm going to give you extra pieces of little graph paper so you could actually turn your paper 90 degrees counterclockwise after you make a sketch of this. Okay, since I can't show you that on the computer, I'm going to show you how you could also do it with the shortcut. Okay, to rotate this 90 degrees counterclockwise, think about the coordinates of these 3 points. Okay, my rule tells me it's negative y, or I should say opposite of y, x. Okay, that just means take the original y coordinate, change its sign, and then switch them. Okay, so let me do this in green, different color. So I'm going to change the sign of my y coordinates, all 3 of them. That 3 becomes a negative 3. This negative 2 becomes a positive 2. And this negative 2 becomes a positive 2. So I changed the signs of my original y coordinates. Okay, now I'm going to swap them. Okay, so this, whoops. Okay, so this 1, negative 3, when I swap them, it's going to be negative 3, 1. Okay, 5, 2, when I swap them, is going to be 2, 5. And 1, 2 is going to become 2, 1. So I can kind of figure out where those points are and put the triangle in those positions, or so that the vertices cover up those 3 points. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to have to take this shape here. Okay, I want it to cover up negative 3, 1. I'm sorry, negative 3, 1. We're kind of tricky this slide. Okay. Okay, see, here's negative 3, 1 that I had on the screen before. Okay, here's 2, 1 right there. And here's 2, 5. Okay, I think some of you may prefer to just take your scrap piece of paper and copy it and then turn your scrap piece of paper. Okay, but this is what it would look like if we rotated it 90 degrees counterclockwise. Okay, so that would be step 2. Okay, the final image would be taking this and reflecting it over the x-axis. Okay, now remember the x-axis is this axis right here, the one that goes horizontal, and a reflection is a flip. Okay, so we want to imagine this flipped over the x-axis. Okay, and if you remember the shortcut way to think about it, opposite side, same distance. So this point here is one space above the x-axis. The reflection point would have to be one space below. Okay, this point is one space above the x-axis. Its reflection point would be one space below. This point, let's see, 5, 2, 3. Yep, this point is 5 spaces above the x-axis. So its reflection point would be 5 spaces below. Okay, so let's see, it would have to be on the right one. Is it not here? Okay, I lost it. Okay, it'd be that one right there. Yeah, see that this would be the flip over the x-axis. Okay, it would have to be right here. There's my new points. Okay, again, one above, one below. This is one space above. This point's one space below. This point's 5 space above. This one's 5 below. Okay, I'm just going to take this though and drag it on this new grid. Okay, but that would be the reflection over the x-axis. Okay, just to take your time with this, use that scrap paper to, draw the shapes in between, and then, do your transformation on the scrap paper. I think I would have done a better job if I had scrap paper, but it's hard to do that to show you on the video. Okay, do the best you can. There's 3 more problems. Okay, 3 more problems just like it. Remember, a dilation means to enlarge. Okay, so there's a couple dilations in that too. Okay, do the very best you can. Let me know how you're doing.